One.
Yeah.
Yo, what is good, everybody? Yacullo back with episode 4 of the podcast. Hopefully, we come up with a name today. Here with my brother Ryan, co-host, and our guest today, day one, Luke Bush. And
What up, yeah?
we were just saying intros suck, but low key, because it's the most awkward part of YouTube. Because otherwise, once we start this, right, I could be my self, but I'm not going up to everybody and being like, "Hey, yo, what's up, Yacullo here?" Like, no, it's just very like
YouTube personality, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't have that.
Yeah.
I would just be posting quality gameplay, but I wouldn't know how to edit it or anything.
See, but
I
that's
wouldn't be
like,
doing those thumbnails, bro, to get
but like
quality viewers.
Good thumbnails.
that's kind of what me and Ron were talking about. Is like, if we were to work together, right? Because like you said a little bit before we started, let's give some context. That you wanted to start like a YouTube channel, or kind of as a joke, kind of not maybe. But
Yeah, I don't know.
let's
See
say,
where it goes.
it was just a thought in your mind. Let's say theoretically you were, right, and you had me as your editor. You just made the content, I edited it, boom.
Yeah, word.
It's kind of like, it's just a team, right? Because it makes things easier for you, for me. Like if my specialty was editing, but it's not. I suck at editing. But that's why I like to do these, because they don't really need as much edits. If we're being like, it's just it's longer form content. It doesn't need as much editing. But I think YouTube is definitely a viable option to people who don't they don't see their job kind of as like a 9 to 5, right? Because there's kind of there's like a 9 to 5 like job, and then there's like the social media wave that's kind of like taking over, and like I want to move to that social media wave and being like,
Yeah, right now especially, you got a lot of time.
yeah, and being an influencer or
Yes,
whatever
sir. That's
the
fast.
term is. So it's like I'm okay with being an influencer, being hated or whatever. I just because my main goal is just to help people. And that's where I started my Instagram from. And then the only reason I started my YouTube is because I saw Ryan start his YouTube, and for so long I was like, damn, bro, I want to start a YouTube. So then
That's how I've been feeling.
I just went up and fucking did it. I just went out and fucking did it, right? And if I end up
That's
not
the way to do it
anymore, and even if it's just I only produce podcasts, I would still be cool with that. That would be okay with me. It's just I'm just kind of experimenting especially during quarantine, because you got really nothing else to do except be inside.
Grind out videos.
Yeah,
Make
grind
some
out
money on
videos.
YouTube.
I filmed 2 podcasts yesterday. I got one today. I got one tomorrow. Someone wants to do it on Saturday. And honestly, podcasts are low-key a skill. Because my first one with Ryan, we did, that shit was 30 minutes. It felt like 2 hours, bro. And I was trying to keep bringing up topics to talk about, and I kept being bro, when is this gonna be over, man? I feel like it's only been 10 minutes, right? And it felt like it was so difficult to keep a good value conversation going that people would watch and have it go for a long enough time to be considered a podcast, right?
Yeah.
And then yesterday I got on the phone with Josh, and we were just talking about what if I stayed in Barnegat, and a whole bunch of just random ass shit, and
it would just be so different.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
And we were just talking, and it went on for 45 minutes. And to be fair, I'm dropping that today, and I fumbled the ending so hard because I wanted to bring up something else, but I forgot what it was. So I was trying to remember at the same time. So I just blanked out for a second. I was like, and then so I was like, fuck it. All right, we're done. Peace. I was like, fuck it. But I think I'm slowly coming into my skin as a podcast host, I guess you could call it. Because Ryan can come on, he can ask a few questions, get engaged in the conversation, but he can kind of play based off of what other people are doing. He doesn't gotta come up with the questions necessarily. So it's
yeah, he can just mess around.
Yeah, he can just fuck around, and that's why I'm scared.
Yeah, that's kind of my plan. I don't know.
The co-host.
That's why I'm kind of scared to bring Zach on here, or bring Zach and Jesse, or bring you with somebody else. Because then if that shit turns to chaos, bro, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be doing any of that though. Like I know how to keep it under control,
Yeah,
but
you do. I felt that in the first one, but anything can happen, bro. Cause like Zach be hella scared to come on here, and then and I
Zach
don't,
F or Zach Puka?
yeah.
yeah, I don't blame people for not wanting to come on here, cause like
Yeah.
it's low key scary. Like before my first one with Ryan, bro, I was like shaking it out. I was like, shit, bro, I'm scared as fuck. I'm scared as fuck right now. Like, what am I gonna say?
Yeah, like,
I had a full fucking list of notes right
got
next to
nothing to lose.
What am I gonna say?
Might as well pull up.
But
hmm
we started one before this, and then Ryan lost his power. So this is our second recording. And the first one we kind of talked about how like we came up together, right? You guys are both my day ones. Ryan's my
Dessert.
little day one because he was there when I was like one, and then Luke was there day one.
Yes, sir.
When did we meet? Like third grade?
Nah, you were in my kindergarten, bro.
Where? But then we didn't. Yeah, but we didn't really like. We weren't like that until.
Nah, we weren't like that.
Yeah,
So I guess we weren't really day ones.
All right, you.
But no, when I started pulling up to your crib,
Yeah.
like, was that third or fourth grade?
Yeah, I think it was third.
That was a wrap. Because
Yeah.
I was literally at your house like every day, bro.
Yeah. So, all right, you got me with the day one there, because like so we met in
I
kindergarten.
didn't even think about that till now. Like,
Yeah.
we were in Shumses, but like,
We didn't talk.
who were you balling with in there?
Shit, I don't even fucking know. I don't
It
remember.
was, I was like, I know Brendan was in there.
Yeah.
There was mad people in there.
Sheedy was in there. Like there was people that I didn't even know that were in there that were in
Yeah.
there. It was crazy. I don't
I feel
remember.
like Brooke was in there.
Yeah. But see, I knew you from that class, but it was like we didn't talk or we didn't really know each other.
Yeah.
Like it was just kindergarten. But then third grade hit, and from then on, bro, we were like this. We used to fucking look the same, bro. Like
yeah, everyone thought we were twins.
yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
If
What are you
anyone
talking about?
doesn't know, I used to have a fucking buzz cut, and now I look like Ryan.
Yeah, I didn't even realize this was like a throwback.
Yeah.
I had the bus. I don't usually keep it like this.
See,
I was like, quarantine. I'm just gonna shave
I
it.
need
There's
it.
no shot, bro.
see, before I used to look
Yeah,
like you,
quarantine
now
sucks.
I look like Rye. If I went to go get a hoodie right now, we would look like the same.
Yeah.
That hair. But
My hair is too long, you know.
yeah, I think Dad's getting someone to come give us a haircut, bro. Like Dad has like
Yeah.
his Carter's fucking all jacked up.
Harder.
But we met each other. Well, we met in kindergarten, then we became really close in third grade, and it was like from then on, like we were like this, bro. Like every single morning, you were there at like 7, 8 o'clock. We go to school together. We'd be in class together. Because from then on, we had like damn near every class together.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's crazy to think about how now, like, we can call each other up like this and still be like cool, right? Because we don't talk as much as we used to.
Nah.
Like a lot of people, I felt that with Josh, right?
Mhm.
And even though he's changed so much, like since I left, like, and you've changed too, we've all changed. It's like crazy how we could still, interact the same way that we used to.
Yeah.
And like, it's a sense of brotherhood that lasts forever, right? And it's something that we're always gonna have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I would have pulled up to the same college as you if I was allowed to go to.
Yeah, we
UCLA,
had
bro.
this
I
talk.
was like,
Right? We had this talk, and it was when I wanted to still run in college. I was like, bro, I might go to like UC Santa Cruz and run in college. But then I was like, if you guys didn't know, I don't think I'm running anymore, like competitively. And it's just like, it's because I think there's like bigger things that I want to pursue in my life.
Yeah.
Like
That's how I felt since like 8th grade. I could have told you in 8th grade. I was like, yeah, I'm not playing baseball in college.
and that's what I was.
I'll still grind.
I was
I knew in the back of my head, like, screw that. That's
so,
just how I was.
and I was gonna ask you that. So you're not playing baseball in college?
Nah.
Now you're attending James Madison University, and so do you have any idea of a major there? Like, do you have a plan or like when you're going there? You don't
Yeah.
have to. I don't blame you. But if you got one, let's hear
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to do 2 majors.
All right.
I'm trying to do math and philosophy. 2 majors.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not doing baseball.
that's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Is there?
Bro,
Because I don't know. When I just pulled up to the campus. She was beautiful. And
It
then
felt
like
like
when
the right fit.
what's up?
It felt like the right fit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and that's what it's about, right? Because for me, like I was like, bro, I could go to UCLA, right? But like, and that would be dope as fuck because I could brag to everyone, oh shit, I went to UCLA. But like, if it's not a fit and I don't like it there and it didn't feel comfortable there, then it wouldn't really matter. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And also didn't even apply for UCLA. That's because,
Me
bro,
neither.
the thing about the UC system is you need an art credit, right? And I took culinary arts my freshman year, and I was told that it fulfilled the art credit. And then at the end of my junior year, they were like, "You don't have an art credit," and I was like, "Bitch, yes I do." I was like, "Yes I do. Look, it says arts right here." And they were like, "Nope, you don't got it." And I was like, "Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna take like." For some reason, I took all these STEM classes and like shit, and like I'm in fucking calc and shit. I don't know why, because I'm not even interested in that, but
Ah, damn.
I was trying to keep my options open. So I took, like AP literature and got all the English out the way. And then I took all these math classes and I tried to keep my options open. And it stabbed me. Like it all just backfired, bro. So I wasn't even eligible for UC. And I was like, fuck this, bro. So I'm going to go to community college for 2. And the community college I'm going to has the best transfer rate to UCs. So after 2, I'm probably just going to go to one of those and see what happens. So it's like everything happens for a reason, you
Yeah.
know? And it's like,
Yes, sir.
and for so long, like I was so stressed out about this shit, but it's like anybody that's a senior that's going to college and they're stressed out about it, like I don't blame them, but it's like everything's going to work out. Like everything,
Yeah.
like you can ask Rye, like,
Yeah,
It works out for everyone. Like when you think
it's
about it
so
that way.
stressful too. So it's hard.
it's
Like
hard to be
you,
like,
you
bro,
want to tell yourself it's gonna work out, but you're still
You
gonna
don't
be
know.
stressed either
It's
way. You
hard to
just
think
gotta go
about
through
like
it.
you're like, oh, 85% of people graduated, so that means if I just pull up, I have a pretty good shot. Like it can't be that hard, you know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
always have that in your mind. But
Yeah,
then you get there and it's way more work than you thought. Like
and it's hard.
it's way worse than
Yeah.
you thought.
um,
Yes, that's fact.
honestly, I was honestly expecting you to say yes to baseball. So now,
Oh no.
yeah. So now, what other interest or like passions do you kind of have other than baseball? Because that was like that shit lasted mad long. That was like from when we met all the way up to 12th grade. So now, kind of like, what else are you doing? Especially with all this free time that you're being given.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I would always like think more like long term. Like obviously I could play college baseball, but there was no shot of me playing pro baseball.
Hmm.
So I was like, it's kind of hard to look at it that way because you could have like gotten scholarship money if you played baseball somewhere if you wanted to. But I was like, I'd
Mhm.
rather focus more on like a career I'm trying to get. If I'm going to college, spending all that money anyway, so might as well like the 2 majors I'm doing. I feel like could get me a pretty decent job. They're pretty like adaptable. Like you can get like with philosophy especially. Like if I end up wanting to do something in math, I could always like change it to something else. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, I think you do a good job at that, kind of like being flexible with what you have. And you have 2 things on like the opposite sides of the spectrum. So now you can either go one way or you can go the other way or you can change and kind of meet in the middle maybe. And it's like you got your options open. And it's interesting to see how you're focusing more on the money aspect of it, right? And you want to be secure
Yeah,
because
in a way.
I've been reading and I've been learning a lot about like people's most important values and like what they value first over everything else. And like for me, for so long, and I think especially recently, my top value was like success and accomplishment, right? And then it was like freedom, right? And like in a sense of like financial freedom, and
Mhm.
then it was security.
Mhm.
And then I was reading, he was like, if you think about it, how can you have freedom and security at the same time, right? You're just contradicting, what you want. And it made me think like,
You gotta take risks. You
yeah.
gotta do it that way.
So it's just, it made me think about like, your desire to have a secure job, you know, and it was like how they kind of go against each other. So it's kind of like, I just wanted to ask about your values and what kind of things you value over others. So like, for example, how do you value love? How do you value your success? How do you value your happiness? How do you value your security, your freedom, things like that, your health?
Yeah.
For both of you guys.
Well, I would definitely say like happiness and health are the top two things that you got to focus on.
Yeah, that I was gonna say the same thing. Happiness and health is
If
immediately number one.
you have to be doing some type of workout every single day. There's no reason not to, like in some type of physical exercise in. And then happiness, like I know I said like I was more focusing on my career because I wasn't trying to play baseball, but like I've always wanted to do math. Like I could have told you freshman year.
Yeah.
Like you said you were keeping your options more open.
Yeah.
Like I took CP English because I was like, screw that. I'm not majoring in English. I'll just get by and focus on math. I took AP Calc, AP Physics because I wanted to do it because I already knew basically.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, this is probably bad, but when I wrote out my list, bro, health was like 4th, bro. So then I was like, shit, bro, this makes no sense. Why am I putting my health 4th, right? Because then I had like success, accomplishment, happiness,
like,
passion, and then health. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing?
Focus on those two,
bro.
You'll be way less stressed out. I feel like if you focus more on money and all that stuff and, you know, being someone like that people want to look up to or whatever, like you'll just be more stressed out. If you focus on your happiness,
when
you do exercise, obviously you're going to be way less stressed out.
And I think for me,
you can.
You're good.
You can talk. No, you go.
The reason I think I've labeled it that way is because I'm already in good health, right? Like I'm already healthy, right? My body's in good shape.
Yeah.
You know, I've cut off junk food since like February. I haven't eaten fucking damn cookies since mad long, and I'm craving one. But like, I'm keeping myself in like good shape. I'm working out every day. You know, sometimes even twice a day. So it's like health wasn't as important because it was already being maintained. Similar to happiness, because
that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's kind of why like I'm craving success. I'm working hard every day to be successful.
Yeah.
In whatever, you know, regard that like pertains to. But like for me, it was kind of like if I already have it, you know, I don't necessarily need to pay as much attention to it, because if I could do that already, then I should focus on doing other things. If that kind of makes sense. But like, then I went back and I rewrote it, and health was number one, because, you know, once you're focused on success, then your health drops. Like, it's just, once you lose focus to that.
To me, it seems like you like already had health like in the top, but you just subconsciously had it there because you're already healthy, and you like don't think about that. You just do it. That's just the way you are. You live a healthy lifestyle, so you didn't really think to put it at the top because you do it subconsciously.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with like what you're doing and your passion. If what you're doing is going to make money and it's your passion, you're going to be happy. Whereas some people, like, they're doing something they're not happy with, so that leads to more stress.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And the reason I brought this up is because, like, you wanted to be secure, right? And I didn't want you to be one of those guys that's like hella smart, right? And then you get stuck in like an accounting job or some shit that you're not happy in, right? And you're just like fucking yeah. And I didn't want you and I don't want you to fucking be crunching numbers all day and like be unhappy. You know, I wanted you to be able to analyze that, but I should have known. Like growing up, bro, you were always better than me in math. Like, and this kind of is hopefully going to be a decent segue, but like, you know, growing up and even now, you're stellar at math. And then for me, I always wanted to be that good at math, right? Like, I'm all right at math, right? I'm pretty good at math. I'm in Calc AB as a senior. It's not bad, right? You're in BC, right?
Yes, sir.
And you took AB as a senior, right, Rye?
I don't know.
I
just called honors calc.
Did you take a test for it?
No. So no.
Yeah, so nah.
All right. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's not like I'm bad at math, but to be that good at math, it was just like, like who wouldn't want to be that good at math? Since math is a hard subject, but that
A lot of people don't really care.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's facts.
because once you count yourself out, then you think you can't do it anymore. So like this year when I was like,
Yeah, a lot of people don't think they can do it. They think it's hard. Like they see like some huge equation on the board with a lot of letters, and they all automatically are like, nope.
yeah,
But if you
It's hard to
literally,
understand.
if you
Like,
learn it
gotta,
the whole way and you know what each piece means, you look
mm,
at it and it just
yeah,
makes sense. But if you have no idea what you're looking at, obviously it's not
yeah,
going to make sense. It's a
mm,
language you haven't learned basically.
yeah.
You look at it that way.
exactly.
That's a good way to put it. I never thought about it like that. And like, but that kind of brings me to my next thing is like growing up, bro, we were mad competitive. I mean, even me and Rye, but that was
You
more.
gotta be sometimes.
Yeah,
Whether it's like ball, that's the only way to get better. To
yeah.
get running, especially like I've gotten better at running. Like I try and go for mile runs, but I'm like in the back of my head, I'm like Jackson will be smoking me right now. Like I got like a 6 minute. And I'm like, is that good? 6 minutes? I'm like, I feel like I was running kind of quick.
That's really good, yeah.
It is
Maybe
good.
And
not
I
for
look up
Jack,
times,
but
and
to me, that's
it's
really
like
good.
4 minutes. It's like 4 minutes, 4:30 is like the records or whatever. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that's not even possible.
yeah. I mean, when you think about it like that, it's it's different for everybody because you look at me running. I've been running since sixth grade,
Yeah.
working my ass off, dedicated to that. So it makes sense that I have in the 4 minute mile, right? 450
Yeah.
mile. My half miles, close to 2 minutes. It's like it makes sense that my times are there because I've been
Yeah,
working
exactly.
so long. And I look at you playing baseball. I'm like, bro, how the fuck does he hit the ball, man? Someone throws a ball at me, I'm fucking missing that shit. Like,
Yeah, no.
so because how fast are those pitches, right, in high school? How
I mean,
fast?
they can be up to 90, I would say, but they're
Yeah,
usually around like 82, 85.
yeah. Someone's
It's
throwing a ball 80 miles per hour at me, bro. I'm fucking
I
missing.
didn't do that good hitting at all. I usually got DH for because I just caught or did something, but
But still,
that's the only thing I'm mad about. I was about to pitch this year on the mound, bro. I did pretty good, and then the fucking season got canceled. Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry for cursing or
no, you're
whatever.
good. You're good.
Um, yeah, I
Um,
would say that's the only thing I was mad about, like the season and stuff like that. Like, and the boys just like being with the team like that.
um,
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm going. I forget what you're.
no,
If
you're
I'm
good.
going off
I was
topic.
gonna bring it to that, but I wanted to ask you real quick. Ryan pitched, right? Did he? Your older brother, Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
did. See that? Um. Oh shit. It says a gift from Zoom running out of time. We removed the 40-minute time limit. I didn't even know we had a 40-minute time limit,
Yeah.
but so you did say that you were upset about your season. I'm upset about my season ending,
Yeah.
but also,
It's so weird
yeah, it
because
really is.
it's not like you're dying hopefully from the virus, so
Yeah,
you don't want to be like, oh, we're missing out on prom, we're missing out on this because people are like losing their life, but at the same time it's just it's beat. There's
yeah,
nothing you can really do. So whatever.
it is. And for
Yeah.
me, I've kind of just like, it's just for me and you, and I think like Josh, we kind of talked about it. Like high school's done, bro. Like
It's over.
me and Josh did not really care that like school was over and all that, and like to be honest, I don't care about prom. Like my girl doesn't, whatever.
Nah, I
Like,
mean,
but for me, like that's not important. For me, I want to finish out my last season with some closure because one, I had finally started to improve. Like, and two, like for me, I wanted to wrap it up in a good way, Um, and it sucks to see that like, and it's not even just like when you think about it, like there's so many teams and high schoolers and seniors that like didn't get to finish out their last season and people that have like dedicated their lives to this, and it's like that's when you think about it and you're like shit, like that sucks
yeah.
because it's like there's people who care about that way more than I do because to be fair I really don't care about it that much, but like even more than you do, and it's like how do you think they're coping with this? Like
I
I
don't know.
I have no
Or
clue.
like when you see like one of the first things to go was the March Madness tournament.
Yeah,
Like that's when it was like I would say it hit everyone like this is a bummer, bro.
yeah, dude. Oh, actually, I do have a story. So, March 13th, I think, is when Rudy Gobert got tested positive for the coronavirus. It was something like that. And we had a meet that day, a track meet. And we're getting off the bus, and coach comes up to me, and she's like, we can't have any spectators for this meet. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, coach? You're tripping balls. There's fucking my mom is on her way. And she's about to leave. Like, nah, there's no spectators allowed. Look, stadium's fucking empty, bro. There's just the other team, like, in the middle of the field, and we're getting off the bus. I'm like, shit, bro, what the fuck? And not to mention, it was the other team's senior night. So there was no spectators. It was their senior night, and we had to compete, and all the parents had to be sent home. So I run kind of shit, to be honest. And, I mean, shit for me, to be honest. And we get on the bus, and it's like, Rudy Gobert has been tested positive for the coronavirus, right? And we're like, what the fuck? So now, like, shit's starting to hit the fan, and, like, I'm trying to show it to my girl next to me. I'm like, yo, look, Rudy Gobert got the coronavirus. And she's like, she does not give a shit. She's like, who the fuck is Rudy Gobert? And I was like, what the fuck? So it was just crazy to see how the whole thing played out. And it's like, how this is going to affect people in the future and how they continue to live their lives. Like,
yeah, no idea at that time.
Yeah,
I feel that because I was at the Sixers game on March 11th, I think, and that was like the day before the NBA got canceled.
Jesus.
So like, it's crazy. I never expected it to just get canceled the next day, and then it just all went downhill from there. School canceled, March Madness, everything.
And it's like, this is teaching me, especially, and I think a lot of other people too, like a lot of lessons of like, anything can happen, just live your life. Like, and I was talking about this with Josh yesterday. He was like, once this whole thing ends, I'm going to go, like, skydiving. I'm going to, like, take a road trip around the world. And I was like, bro, that's fucking dope, because even I'm not going to be doing that shit once this gets out.
Oh, dude, I want to go skydiving so bad. Not just because of Rona. I just think that'd be lit.
Yeah, me too. That's why
it does seem fun, but
I see, like, I feel like me and Rye would both be a little bit scared. We'd be a little
I would definitely be scared.
But I'd do it. I'd
be scared when you're up there, but right now the thought of it is just, that's dope.
And it's like,
I would love it, but it would be so scary.
I feel like once we did it, we want to keep doing it again, or like just over and over and over again. But I think, like, because people, I think, want to just return to normalcy and just like be able to go outside and spend money in restaurants and shops and all that, and just be able to live a regular life. But like, you got to come out of this and like start like doing shit, whether it's like business shit, and like, you know, Luke goes to school and he works his ass off on his math major and his philosophy major, or Rye starts going out and like fucking, I don't even know, like joins the Harlem Globetrotters or some shit, like crazy ass shit, you know, like you just do some crazy ass shit. Like, that's what it's about. And it's just crazy to think like how two different sides of the spectrum are going to react after this whole thing gets out. And I don't know, this whole thing is just crazy to me to think about. Like,
I'm interested to see just like going out in public, how people are going to act after this. Cause like you go to the supermarket now, everyone's like staying away from each other and stuff.
Yeah, I know. People are already weird. Like, people already don't talk to each other in the supermarket anyway. Now it's like, are people gonna have masks on them? Like
yeah, right. That's what I'm wondering.
You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, like, we just wear clothes. Like, what's the difference between a mask being on our faces? It's just like clothes, I guess, for your mouth.
Yeah, just an extra piece of clothing.
Well, for me, like, you guys know, my parents own a grocery store, and they've been working at it, and they told me that I couldn't go anymore and I couldn't go work because, you know, shit started to hit the fan and shit was crazy. And the one day I went before they told me I couldn't go anymore, they got in a load of like meat and stuff, and it was like chicken and all that shit. And like, we were unloading. It was me and my dad, and I was cutting open the boxes, throwing it to where he needed to put it on the shelf. And all of a sudden, there's this fucking circle of people just gathered around us in the back, waiting for us to be done so that they could grab their shit and go and like run. And it's just like, fucking 20 people waiting for us to be done, and we're just cutting boxes. I'm throwing it to him, he's stocking it up, and they're all just waiting. And they're like, do you have this? And do you have this? And is this going to be out? And he's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I'm trying to do shit. But the crazy part is, at that time, people were only limited to like 2 pieces of meat, bro. And like, but by the time that we were done stocking and all these people got in, bro, shit was like, need to be restocked again. It was like crazy.
Oh my
And
god.
it's cooled down since then, but like, genuinely, I think that people overreacted.
Yeah, that's a
Definitely. They definitely overreacted.
For sure. That's for sure.
Like
acting like just food production would stop
yeah.
for a while.
I don't know.
Like
It
you
was
need to
just,
get your food right then and there. Doesn't make sense.
I still don't understand. Like, people were going crazy, bro. Like, I don't think we'll ever see anything like this again. Like, it's so crazy about like
No way.
what actually
How
happened.
do you-
Or
how do you
hopefully
do
not.
that?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Knock on wood, bro. But it's like, I don't even know, man. Like, I was talking about this the other day, and I said, I don't think, because there's been reports all over the place, right? I don't know what news is real and fake. Like, I don't know when we're gonna actually be let out of quarantine. And I was like, I think genuinely it's gonna be like July, August. And people are talking about mid-May. I think it's gonna be like July, August. And I want to ask you about why, or what you guys think, and like why you think that. So when do you think we're gonna actually be able to go outside again?
I have no idea.
I don't think I can make a
Educated guess.
Yeah.
beyond like
I would say I would like to go
People
out
know
as
what
soon
they're
as
talking
possible,
about.
but I'm also
Yeah.
like,
what you listen to them and they say it's gonna go till like let's say June or whatever, but I'm hearing like it's gonna come back in the winter. I don't understand how they know this. Like
yeah, right. How do
a second
how do
wave.
they know it's gonna come back?
That
Like
makes sense
what?
because, like, I guess like other countries still have it obviously, and
Yeah.
if they're not
Yeah.
quarantined, it's still just gonna be out there. So when we open
Mhm.
everything up, it's just gonna come back when we
That's
like.
what I'm saying. And
I
that's
guess that's
why,
the second wave. I don't understand, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about that.
that's what I'm scared of, is like a second wave. But there's already been reports of like businesses reopening and things like that. And it's like, I don't really know what like the plan is. Like, that's why like the reports are always like mid-May and June. So I just kind of wanted to set like August to be like, all right, we'll let that time go by a little bit more, right? We'll give it a little bit more time, and hopefully by then, that's when we can start to open shit up little by little, right? Because I don't think that like Trump or whoever wants to like expand this any longer than they should. But I think if they do it like mid-May or June, like it's gonna have a second wave, like probably in like October or some shit, like. And that's like the last thing, because if we get a second wave in October, we're gonna be quarantined all the way until like the next October.
yeah.
And that
That's all I was hoping. Like, I just want to be able to go to college in the fall.
mhm.
But
And,
I mean, some schools I heard already went online.
yeah,
Yeah, I heard that they might be going online already.
It's so hit. Like, honestly, I can't believe that.
yeah. And it's like, I mean, are your teachers showing you like sympathy, or like giving you extra time on your work and shit like that, or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
I
But
think so because I'm getting graded on these tests very easy, more easy than normal. Because I had a 4-question test the other day and I didn't even answer one of the questions. Like I wrote my work and stuff, but I didn't write an answer. 100. I didn't even write the answer. I was like, yeah, good looks, man. I guess the quarantine helps with the grading because now we had to learn all this online. It's a lot harder to learn than getting taught in person. So I guess they understand that.
It definitely is. And like, for me, like the work I turn in, I do fine on, but then there's like work I'm not turning in, and that's that's like fucking me up now, because like my teachers are assigning mad shit, but like they're grading it like pretty easily for the most
Mhm.
part. Like,
no, I'm the opposite. I'm getting like one assignment a week, and it's getting a real grade.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for my calc class, it's like everything's online, so it's like you're either right or you're wrong, and it's like a bunch of like questions because we got the AP test in like a week or two or whatever.
Yeah,
And it's the
exactly.
same thing for lit. Like we've had an essay or like two, like each week for like the past like 3 weeks, bro. Like she's just assigning mad shit, but like I don't blame them for that because like they gotta prep us. But yeah, all my other classes are pretty like chill with it. So um, let's see. When are you gonna come out to Cali? Let's say this whole thing ends. When are you gonna come out to Cali, my guy? Cause,
Hopping on a jet. I'm pulling up, whatever.
bro, you've been
Me and
saying,
Zach might have to pop out. And Jesse,
yeah.
Josh, you're saying, yeah, whoever.
The thing is, like,
We'll cop a hotel.
yeah. I mean, I'd totally be down for that, but I don't think other people are able to get out here, you know, because like my dad pays for Ryan for most of the
Yeah.
time, and then like you could get your parents to pay for you, but like I think people like Zach has to pay for the most part to come out here, so that's why he doesn't want to, and that's why like I don't blame him for not coming out here, you know, even though he's whipped and whatever. I'll say that
I
online.
do. I believe it.
Bro, all right, I'll use this as a transition. So Zach is whipped, right? Ryan's not whipped. I'm not whipped. Luke, do you have any females in your life? Is anyone making?
Nah.
Nah. Now,
Nah.
is that just
Nah.
because you think females aren't good enough for you? Like nobody's matching your level of excellence, or is it just out for you?
No. That's definitely not it, bro.
You just haven't found the one yet. You're waiting for the right one.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. Like, there's no one I found out to be like,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I expected. I didn't expect you to be like, "Yeah, bro, I'm too good for you." Fucking
no.
like, I expected you to be like, you know, I think you got bigger things in your life that you're focusing on, and then that girl will come eventually, and then boom, right? But you didn't really have relationships in high school, and the reason like Massiness is like, do you feel like they're like pointless, you know, or like, because most of them don't last, but like, do you feel like they're just pointless?
Shit, bro, how much are you posted on YouTube and how much am I just talking? No, I'm playing. I wouldn't say they're pointless, but I would say, especially this year, I had a chance, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not really trying to talk to you like that anymore because we're going to different colleges.
Yeah.
Why would we date if we're, uh, if we know we're gonna have to break up in whatever amount of months?
Yeah. That's
Just
fact.
It's understandable.
before Corona and all that. But like, I would say, sophomore and junior year, like I tried or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a huge deal to me. Like
Yeah.
some people, you just get lucky basically if you find the right girl like that in high school. I know Ryan's lit. You're still dating that girl?
Yeah.
6 years?
More than 5 years. So
Yeah.
So now I want to ask Ryan, do you think that they're pointless, and do you think, like Luke said, you just got lucky?
I would say I definitely did get lucky. I don't think they're pointless, but I don't think you
Yeah.
need to have one either. It's like you can do it if you want, and for some relationships, they're just pointless. But if you find the right person, then of course it's
Yeah.
not pointless.
Well, because for me, like, I noticed that especially in Barnegat, I'm not putting nobody on blast or like anything like that. I'm not trying to start beef, but like there was mad relationships like in Barnegat that I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like I see people be like posting together. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then
Yeah, you don't realize like it just changes. Like you have to be here to understand like how like the chemistry I guess works. So like
yeah,
the grade and like how I would say mostly at like parties, like how people not how people. I'm not saying people meet at parties, but like
yeah,
that's how you figure out like the chemistry. Sort of like
yeah.
if your grade meshes well together,
I
or
feel
if, like there's different like cliques it's all different.
I feel that. I don't go to parties, so I wouldn't know. Like,
But like you see like different cliques, or if it's like one, if your class is like good together.
yeah. Now, it's an interesting point that you bring up about the chemistry because I think I left like right when the chemistries were like starting to form, like in that eighth grade, and then you get to freshman year, and that's when everything kind of started to come together, and
Yeah,
just started to gel and like break apart or whatever. And
yeah,
like, how different? I'm gonna bring back to a what if. How do you think life would have been if I was there?
dude, it's insane to answer like that because I don't know like what girls you might talk to, like what I mean, you would still be friends with me and Zach, Jacob,
Yeah,
Josh. You'd still be friends with all the guys, like
exactly.
the guys I'm more friendly with now, like Griffin, Zach Oliver, like that. I don't know if you know like the
Yeah,
different friend groups, or not different friend, but like that squad that was in yeah, I started. They weren't in our like Jesse and all that.
yeah. Now, see, that's what I'm thinking about. Is like I don't know where I fit in, but I feel like it would be crazy to have like an alternate universe where like I
Yeah,
was
you always think about.
like, and like it's not that I didn't like it here and whatever. Like it was cool here and whatever, right? And now I'm done with high school and like I ended and I still have like zero friends, but like I'm not even mad about that because like for so long, like my first 2 years of high school, like I always wanted to like go back and like be a part of that high school. But then like here I started to like find my footing and like I was okay with staying here. And that's like it was something that I wanted to do but I couldn't do. And it felt really good to like, especially my senior year and like being on my teams and all and it was like it felt good to like feel comfortable in a spot and then now you gotta leave. But it is what it is because
Yeah.
that was that feeling that I wanted and I had it. So
Do you feel that? This is why I wanted to ask you one question.
all right.
Going into college, like since you moved in, going into high school, like
Mm-hmm.
think like you have an advantage, um, like meeting new people. Maybe since you're here, dude, you had to go through that. Like I feel like that's the biggest. That's
Yeah,
like kind of the only thing I'm nervous about. Is
yeah.
meeting. I'm going to a school no one from Barnegat's going to. So
That's actually a very good question. And I think for me, since I'm going to a community college, there's going to be people I know, but interacting with people I don't know, I think I definitely do have an advantage, especially with things like this and talking in front of a camera. And it's like having that
yeah,
posted online for random ass people to see. It's like, it makes me less scared to interact with people.
yeah,
And I was talking to my friend Reed, and we ran together all 4 years. And he's going to a new school where he doesn't know anybody either. And what he did was he was reaching out to people that he knew were going to that school, and they had like Instagram groups or Snapchat groups or Facebook groups or whatever. And he was starting to familiarize himself with those people and kind of build relationships before you had to go there. So I recommended that to all people who are feeling a little nervous. Find a way to get in touch with people that are going to that college, right? Just hit them up, say, "Hey, I'm going to JMU next year," and
word,
just I'm looking to build some relationships. I'm nobody from my school is going. I'm not going to know anybody there, and it's just kind of taking that first step and being able to reach out to other people, right? And that's what's going to get you farther.
yeah, and that's gonna be good for if I don't know. You said you're trying to do business, right?
Hmm.
I don't want to say it's an advantage, obviously because it was, you pulled up. It was definitely crazy. I can't imagine that, bro. Like, but at the same time, learn to meet new people and like express like what you like about yourself.
Yeah.
Because in like a business, you'd be like a salesman,
Hmm.
talk about yourself, like um, stuff like that.
I think it definitely provides me with a huge advantage in almost all aspects of my life, especially because when I moved here, and not a lot of people know this, when I moved here, and of course, immediately I started talking with this girl, and then we started talking, and then it was cut, right? So then after that, like I didn't really have anybody else, right? Like because she was like my only friend, and then she was like, "No, we're not talking anymore." So then I was like sitting alone at lunch and things like that. So it was like I needed to find a group to be able to branch out to, right? And from there, I started to like introduce myself to like all like the cliques because high school is mad cliquey.
Yeah.
So I just started trying to twine myself in each clique, and I stuck to one. But then when I was a sophomore, they were juniors, so then they ended up graduating a year before me.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, now I gotta find a new clique. So basically, until I met my girl, I was clique hopping for a while just because there was nobody I ever had like a relationship that felt with you guys and like with Zach and with Jesse and Zach Frankowitz, because nobody was my boys like that. I didn't feel like that much like trust and like there was no relationships like that. So I was okay with clique hopping, just being cool with everybody and being acquaintances with everybody. But I think it definitely taught me how to reach out to other people and take that first step. So yeah, I think it does give me an advantage.
Yeah, I'm just hoping my roommate's mad cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone like that, just gonna be a bro for life. People know him or the
Yeah.
people around your hall and stuff, or even anywhere. Doesn't have to be near you, but.
Well, something that I've been thinking a lot about is like the possibility of like meeting up with like one of you guys in the future, especially both of you guys, and like really doing something together. And I talked about this with Ryan. Like I said it like in specifics to like YouTube, but I mean just like in a business. Like once I start my business, I guarantee you, like I will bet money on that I'm gonna call both of you up and be like, "Yo, you trying to be a part of this, right?"
Yeah, call me up.
Yeah, and it's
I'll
gonna
need a job right after college.
yeah, like whenever you want, bro. But I don't know when I'm gonna find what I want to do, right? And I don't know if it's gonna be like building from the ground up or like the way my parents did it is like owning a pre-existing brand. So it's like I don't really know what direction I want to go in with it, but I know like the general area I want to be in, and I think that's like I'm comfortable with being that. Like I don't need to know my direction. Kind of like you know that you want to major in math and philosophy. You don't know where you want to go with that, but you know the areas that you want to be in.
Yeah, there's a couple of different like ways you can go. Like, I could have done like math and modern like finance or something.
Yeah.
But like you said, I didn't know if I was just gonna try and land a job.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, I could be an accountant or financial analyst, get whatever amount of money.
Yeah.
Or I could try and be like you, like a self promoter type thing, just more talk about your philosophy or whatever, talk about like your views.
Yeah.
Like that's why podcasts are mad interesting. Like you get to talk to those like really cool people like Joe Rogan. He just talks to crazy people.
Yeah.
All different areas and stuff.
And that's Joe Rogan was like one of the reasons I kind of started this. There's a few podcasts that I watch regularly, and it's like for me the reason I want to do it this way is like it allows people that aren't famous to share views, because on Joe Rogan's podcast or like other people's podcasts, it's usually like people that are well known and people are requesting, right? With this, it's like people that either I'm friends with and I'm close with, but that are hardworking, and want to get somewhere, right? So it can either be a launch pad, right? Because once I start promoting the shit out of these, everyone's gonna be like, some people are gonna check it out, right? Like my first one with Ryan got 30 views. That's 30 people who might not have known Ryan and I, seeing Ryan and I for the first time talk, right? And if they like what we have to say, then they're gonna come back and see the next one, So I think it's interesting to see how the whole podcast environment works. And even though like over time, or I mean like in the beginning I wasn't that good and I was nervous, and like I think even now I'm not that great. I'm trying to learn how to properly conduct the conversation so that it transitions well to certain things. But I think it's something definitely interesting, and I'm definitely going to continue it. I mean,
yeah, I was just
not easy to do a podcast.
Yo, Jackson.
Yeah.
Like with your viewers, you said you got 30 views on just the one with Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you get like per video?
Um, it really depends because like it depends on the content that I put out. So like if I'm putting out like content about like clothing or like style or fashion, that usually gets about 30 to 40 views. Um,
And like, if you had to guess, do you think that's like more like people from your town, or do you think that's more Barnegat people like checking in, or just random people?
I think it's more just random people with that, and then
Yeah,
people that watch like if I'm gonna do like a vlog or a workout video. I think that's a mix of both. And
yeah,
I think the podcast is everybody, right? Because on YouTube you can add tags similar to Instagram, so it's kind of like hashtags. So it's kind of like I guess like I don't know what the term is. Like I guess like a keyword. So if you're gonna type in, I say my tag is like Michael Jordan, and you type in Michael Jordan in the search bar,
yeah,
and you scroll down enough because my video is not gonna have a lot of views.
yeah.
Scroll down enough, my video is gonna come up, right? So I think that's how people are getting to my videos, like at least random people, because they're getting into like the loophole of YouTube or like the wormhole, and they're getting stuck in there, and then they say, "Oh shit, what the fuck is this?" Click on it, and my average view duration is not great, which means people aren't like watching the video all the way through, but
Okay,
watching it like, half or like, which isn't bad, considering that they might skip around a little bit, skip past the intro.
it's
So
cool that you get all that
yeah,
as being the
and
creator.
that's why I love it. Like I love
I
this.
love to view all those stats, like because you can see like what time they're watching it the most, right? So you know, like they like that segment or whatever, they like that part of the video.
I love the statistical aspect of YouTube, and that's like why I want to start it. And that's why when I kind of was like, bro, I don't know if I really want to go all in on this, and I really haven't yet. But like, continue to produce content is hard, especially when you're in quarantine and like think of video ideas. You're good, and to think of video ideas, it's definitely difficult. But like to see like the views and like the comments and shit like that, and there's so many like analytics that go into each video. It's like crazy, and that's the part I love about it the most, right? And that's why I want to keep posting because like I could go back on my last podcast with Rye and see like, you know, how many people watched it, how long they watched it for, how many people are new, how many people are subscribed, how many people are not. Like it's just crazy. And I think Ryan had a YouTube, and that was at like 5K, right? And he stopped, but I don't know if he also enjoyed that like analytical statistical analysis of, the numbers and shit. He
Yeah,
did.
I love that part. It's so interesting, like going on your YouTube and just looking at like
Yeah,
which videos get more likes and
and that's
watch
you can
time and
use
stuff
that
like that.
literally to make a video that people want to watch. That's how they abuse.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
abuse it, but that's how they get
Yeah.
the most
Mm,
revenue, I guess.
yeah, exactly. And different types of videos actually will make different amounts of money. Like if you
Yeah,
have a video about like working out, it might make a different amount of money than a video about how to build something.
yeah,
Like I don't know, different types of video make different amounts of money. I don't know how it works, but they do it that way.
Yeah. And like for me, like I can't say the name of the person, but somebody hit me up last night and they were like, "Yo, um, I've been following your IG. We used to go to school together. Ah, shit, I shouldn't have said that. We used to go to school together. You don't know which school. I've been in like 4 different schools. So we used to go to school together, and I've been following your IG, and you're very inspirational, right? And I was like, shit, bro. I was like, I would have never expected this from this kid. And they like, it just really teaches you as you go along, like how impactful you can really be to people without even thinking about it, right?
yeah,
And it's like hate reaches so much farther than positivity, and especially because people don't reach out with positivity, right? Because if someone's like, "Yo, your videos suck," or like they're talking behind your back and like, "Yo, this guy's fucking stupid," right? But then that one message goes a long way.
yeah.
And I read it and I was like, "Damn, bro! Like, this might actually be helping people." Because sometimes you doubt it, right? If you don't see
Yeah,
a
for
comment,
sure.
if you don't see a comment that's like, "Yo, this is really helping me," then how are you supposed to know? You're just assuming that
Exactly.
hopefully this is reaching out to at least one person and helping them. So to get that, it was like, damn, bro, like I just got to keep learning, keep pushing, and hopefully I can help more people. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. Sometimes it's like hard to see,
yeah,
like if what you're doing actually is like worth it, if you're helping someone or stuff like that. But
yeah,
then like that one thing can sometimes spark it in your head, like this actually might be working, and it encourages you to keep doing it.
yeah. And I've been trying to like,
Yeah, I feel like you'd be doing like a lot of different types of stuff. Like you're not just
yeah,
a health and motivational
mhm.
YouTube channel. Like I saw what other type of stuff we're doing, like
Well,
photo shoot.
yeah,
You
I
were
got
like
like
playing
Hmm.
basketball, like you were working on your dribbles and stuff like that.
yeah. So there's a lot of like variety, and I think like me and Robert talk about this because I haven't found my niche, right? Because most
Yeah.
YouTubers they have that like one or two things that they do, and that's like their main things. For me, I'm just experimenting with everything, right? And like the dribbling video only gets 10 views, but my photo shoot gets like 35 or some shit, right?
Mhm.
So it's like you could see that like things like photography, like the fashion aspect of like my channel do a lot better than the basketball, but I've loved basketball since fucking God knows how long, like
Yeah. So
first
Yeah.
grade. So it's like I'm
Yep.
not gonna stop playing basketball. It's just and once I start 1v1ing people, I think that basketball side of my channel is gonna actually do better because I want to start 1v1ing people once this whole thing's over, and like all my friends be talking shit even though they know I'm the best player.
yeah. Oh my god.
Second best.
Bro, you're not even there. We're not talking. We're talking
Just
about shit,
saying.
bro. Don't even get me started on this, bro. When Ryan was here, I got hella fucking fame from my friends, and he was getting hella clout. Why? Because he's fucking big and he can get rebounds, bro. So he was just boxing everybody
I'm
out.
not
He
that big.
once everyone,
I'm not that big.
everyone was like, "Oh shit, look at this guy. He can grab rebounds, bro." And I was fucking playing good ass defense. I hit the game winner on Ryan. Nobody gave two shits, but Ryan gets one fucking rebound. Everyone's like, "Oh shit!" Everyone
I did. I cared. I was like, damn, he just hit that on me.
he gets up
I
hella
was
high,
mad.
one rebound, and everyone's like, "Yo, bro, this man jumped hella high, bro. What's your vert?" Like, what the fuck?
That's my bird throw. That's how I get rebound, just by jumping over everyone.
Yeah,
Facts. That's the way to do it. Just jump over everyone.
My shot though, ooh, gotta work on the midi. I feel like I get to the elbow, but I gotta hit those shots.
nah, bro. You used to take it to the rack all the time, bro. That
If
used to
we're
be.
playing mini hoop and I get to the hoop, it's a wrap. Just be
Nah,
yamming.
nah, bro. You just hit that double crossover and then just like bring the ball all the way, lay it in. That used to be your main move when we played, and then like fourth.
Was it broken? No, I'm playing.
Nah, even like when we fucking played in the league. I don't know what the hell it's called. I guess it's like
Directly.
yeah, the rec league, bro. That was a shit, bro. Bro, Luke's dad always used to pick me hella early because back then I used to be trash, bro. But he used to pick me in the early round so that me and Luke could be on the same team.
Yeah, we're.
That's my guy, bro. Luke would always be the first round pick, and then fuck it, he gets like somebody else, and then
You ever do a video on how you got teed up?
no, but I should, bro.
Bro, the attitude adjuster.
Bro,
This man yeeted the basketball after he got called for a foul. He threw it
no,
down so hard.
no. Here. I would get up and demonstrate it, but I'm not wearing pants right now. But like, so, so
What? Hold on.
I woke up not that long ago. It's like 11 o'clock. But so I kept getting called for travels, bro. I got called for like 4 travels in a row. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But in reality, I caught the ball. I established my right foot as my pivot foot. And then I changed it to my left foot. So they kept calling me for fouls. I think that's what it was. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing wrong. And they kept calling me for travels. And I was like, fuck this, bro. This is fucking stupid, right? Because you could probably see like Luke's dad on the side. He's like, who the fuck is this guy, bro? This guy's fucking trash, right? So then I get my 5th travel. I'm like, fuck this shit. And I slam the ball, and it's like fucking hits the ceiling damn near. And I'm like, and then and like Dad used to try to go to all my games, like when he was working at ShopRite, and it was like the one game where my mom and my dad, neither of them could come, and like Luke's mom took me there.
You just went
And,
off.
yeah, so I fucking got shut on the bench for the rest of the game, bro.
So like, how'd you do? You're like, oh, I dropped 35. I had like
No,
3.
no, I remember I told him I was like, bro, I just had a bad game. I got mad and I slammed the ball, and bro, I used to want to be good, but I just was never that good, bro. Like in actual like recreation games, because like when we play pickup, bro, that's when I felt comfortable, because like it was with the boys. But now
Yeah, exactly.
I think like I could actually play ball, because now I'm actually like confident in my game. So
I would love to do like a rec league in college, just a ball.
yeah,
I feel like as soon as I got to like travel in middle school, like it got way too hard for me. Kids were like way too big, and I was like, oh my god, and they were fast as hell.
yeah, because even
There's a huge gap between rec and like travel, obviously,
yeah,
but
definitely.
you can be really good in rec and then blow ass in travel. Like, that's how I was. But I had some good kids I got carried by. We won a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, Jacob Hopping making moves, bro.
yeah, hopping. Yeah, that team was insane.
His team is insane. Do you think he's gonna go to the league? Like, is that a possibility for him, or is he just a college hooper? Because,
I
like,
don't know. I haven't. He's D1 for sure.
yeah,
He's
he's
worse.
for sure. But like, I don't. I think he could definitely play, because he's not
He's Clay.
he's a
No.
bucket. He's a bucket, but he's not like individual. Like he plays with the team. You know?
Oh yeah, that's how you have to be.
Yeah. So I think he could, bro, and that's crazy.
It's weird to think about. Oh my god,
Cause
seeing
like
something like that.
yeah, cause like I used to beat that man in cross country races, bro. Like, like bro,
Quick flex.
quick flex, how to do it. Nah, he beat me a few times, I remember. But that's good, bro. That's when I was like 5 foot, bro, and he was like 5'8", bro. Yeah. Nah, but even when I came back to Barnegat, bro, like back, I was a hooper too. Me and Ryan were going at it. Right? Remember that game when we were fucking just hitting each mid range in each other's face for like a whole game, bro?
I don't remember the specific, but I feel like we did that
Yeah,
like several times before.
yeah. But for so long, like Ryan used to smack the shit out of me in 1v1s, bro. Like for so long, and then I think it was once you came to Cali, like the second time. That's when I beat you and Zach. I think that's when it was, bro. That day I
Yeah,
was talking juice, bro. I was talking all my shit.
yeah. But let's be honest, I had Zach on my team, so it's
Yeah,
like
bro.
can't carry him that much.
Zach claims he's good, bro. Zach claims he still got it. So I don't know.
He has a decent shot, but besides that, it's like
All right, how about
he
this?
used to be good, but now as we got better and better, he's gone down the hill.
Fell off.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, I propose this. How about me and Luke versus you and Jesse, or you and Zach, or you and Zach Frankwitz, whoever you want. You could take the 6'4" Zach Frankwitz. I don't care.
I'll I'll take whoever.
Oh wait, we could just run threes, bro.
Me, I could take me.
On Yemen.
Who y'all want
We'll
as
take,
your third?
Pukash, bro. We'll take Pukash.
Who?
Zach.
Me, Jesse, and Frank.
Yeah,
I'll run it.
I'll run that.
I'll run that up, bro. That'll be easy win for us.
Cap.
Oh,
Bro, all right, think about this. All right, let's speak logically here. We put me on you, right? That's the even matchup. We put Luke on Jesse. Jesse's big, bro, but Luke is like Luke. Didn't Jesse get bigger? Jesse got bigger, right?
Yeah,
he got
he's
bigger.
Working out, yeah.
Yeah. But then you got bigger too, right? So you're gonna put a body on him, bro. He's gonna try to back in the post, bro. He's just gonna be a brick wall, right? So he's got nothing, right? He can't shoot, so he's got nothing,
Nah.
right? Then Zach Pukash is gonna wipe the floor with Zach Frankwitz, bro. Zach is just gonna be sprinting up and down the floor for at least like half the game. Then he's gonna get tired, but then we're good.
No, maybe we'll run his own.
I
Run
see.
his own.
Then I'd be lighting you up with jump shots, bro.
Nah,
I'd
we'll run
penetrate,
it.
kick out to Luke.
Double zone. I guard you. That's what I mean.
All right. honestly, bro, you have mad good defense, bro. Like the last time we played, and I remember I hit that fucking crazy like turnaround fade, and you got for the win. You got all mad at me.
Or you're talking about the game winner?
Yeah, and you were like, bro, that's mad lucky, bro. You're not even.
That was lucky, bro. You would not out of 10 shots, you might have made it once. Like I don't know how you made it.
I made it on you.
I know. I'm just saying.
All right. Honestly, I think this has been like over an hour, so that's honestly mad good. I don't have the actual time on here, but honestly, I'd love to run the squad again for another podcast in the future. I guess some other people
Yeah, for sure.
get on. All right. Luke, honestly, bro, if you want to be like a co-host, like the times that Ryan can't be on, if you want to hop on,
Yeah, bro, I'll hop on.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think Ryan doesn't know a lot of Barnegat people, so if I start getting some Barnegat people on here, I think you being on here would actually help a lot more
Yeah, it'd be fun.
than even me being on here because you've known them for the past 4 years.
Yeah, and I can ask them like how they think it might be different with like, because they just know how it is now around here.
So, but I think Ryan, it's good to have Ryan on here too. So, I'm a little reluctant to run 4 people though, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. With that being said, that is the end of this podcast, episode number 4. These guys will both definitely be back on in the future, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Is there